watched the Shapira in a little bit. That's the feminine Shapiro. That's the conjugation of it. Shapira. We haven't watched Shapira in a little bit. 5 lies the left tells women that make me furious. She's furious. Let's see. Your community rocks so much that I can't use my free Amazon on the channel. I get gifted almost immediately. I'm glad, Shaun of the Pop. They are fantastic. I appreciate each of you. I wish you could gift Prime subs, but that'd probably be too easy.
Crew, and welcome to today's video where we're going to be
I would
talking
gift my
about
Prime sub from time to time.
5 things the left tells women that make me furious.
I don't think.
If you are new to my channel, here we talk about classic living and traditional values, and I would love if you would consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. If you'd like to get access
It's so wild that she's the other Shapiro. 12K views.
to a ton of exclusive content, including my book club, my movie club, as well as weekly exclusive articles. Make sure.
Okay, this is okay. Every channel is always selling you a bunch of shit. Everybody is always selling you a bunch of shit. It drives me crazy. It's why I don't have merch. I understand that I could make more money on doing things, and we could have a separate Patreon. We could have, I could really, really churn content and constantly grind and like try to suck every fucking penny out of you guys. But man, it just feels so cynical. I hate this shit. Just coming off those religious guys with all the emails and shit. Like, I wish I could figure it out. Have we ever seen, thank you, Cashel, for the biddies. Have you ever seen Ben and Abby in the same place at the same time? I don't know. Maybe they do share a Shapiro. I don't think so, though. I think she's the better Shapiro, surprisingly.
Sure to head over to classicallyabby.substack.com.
Suck the pennies.
In today's video, I want to talk about 5 things that the left tells women that just make me mad.
I would love to talk to Abby Shapiro about anything that makes her mad. I would love it. Nah, it's not worth a screenshot.
I saw this on another person's channel. They did this thing where it was like 5 things in their field that make me furious. And I thought that was super fun. And I've got some things that make me furious. So I'm ready to talk about it.
What if
not happy? Let's get into it.
Manufacturing the mood here. She's very mad, chat. She's not happy. Gonna get real sassy. You do you, scratch that. You do others.
Number 1. Why does the left insist on telling women that sex with random people is empowering?
Empowering. Why do they use this word empowerment? I think I know why. Because inherently in their heads, women seeking empowerment is a bad thing. And they don't think that they think like empowerment is such a word that the left doesn't use. Maybe liberals? Maybe? The left and the opinion on sex is this, and it should be this. If you want to do something with another adult consensually, it's fine if you do it. With the caveat of like, hey, make sure you're doing so healthily for yourself and for other people involved. And if that means you can fuck 80 people, then cool. If that means you can't, then cool. Like, whatever your bandwidth is, but I don't know. Some people aren't affected by fucking the way you are, and that's fine. You don't have to fuck any more people than you want to, and no one has to fuck fewer than they want to consensually. You know? I don't think it's about empowerment whatsoever. It's just about freedom. It's just normal. It's not empowerment. I don't feel like women need the empowerment in this category. I feel like any empowerment, again, is just like such a dumb word. It implies to me a lack of power that I think is only true under a system that would consider them secondary. So yeah, I just disagree with it from the jump. I don't think the left talks about it this way at all.
It's not. It's just not.
Okay.
Having sex
Good argument.
with one man who loves you, respects you, wants to have a family with you, that's empowering.
What about two?
That's pretty awesome because
You can do both. What do you mean? It is awesome. Hey, there's nothing wrong with fucking somebody you love. Believe me, it's pretty nice. You can absolutely do that. You can also fuck people you don't love. You can fuck people in different ways. You don't have to fuck them at all. I have no idea why this has to be a conversation with the Christians all the time. Stop telling other people how to live their lives. If you want to live your life that way, that's okay. You can even say, and here are the reasons that I find it beneficial to myself. The detriment to having a lot of sex, there are real possible detriments, but there's not real guaranteed detriments. The possible detriment is the more people you interact with, the more likely that something that they do or you do while interacting with them becomes a negative thing. That is for any social act. That has nothing to do specifically with sex. Like, I just don't understand at all where this comes from any secular point of view. It can only come from the puritanical religious point of view, where a woman's purity and this is what happens when voluntarily celibate individuals co-opt language of purity. It comes from the same place, even if they say they're atheists or whatever. It all comes from the same place.
You want to know what's really empowering is a guy who loves you enough to want to make you feel good.
That's true, but also you don't need to love somebody. You are just dating conservative men. I'm convinced that conservative women have these opinions because they've only dated conservative men. Date one leftist. You don't have to fucking be in love with them. I guarantee you're going to have a much better time than you will with a right-winger, only for the simple reason of our philosophy on sex is that it's to be enjoyed. Because that's what it's for. We have the ability to enjoy it. It's a thing we can take part in together.
As opposed to a guy who wants to have a one-night stand and is looking for his own pleasure.
What if he has a one-night stand and he's looking for mutual pleasure? I've never had sex with anybody and been like uninterested in reciprocation. Like, the only time lack of reciprocation comes up is in kink stuff.
Have you considered that?
But that's like part of it.
That a guy who is devoted to
Like, Sarah's been very good recently.
you, who loves you, who's going to spend his life with you, cares whether or not you are having fun. A guy who is never going to see you again.
Whoa, Darwin, relax.
Cares if he is having fun.
Come here, bud.
Which is more empowering? Which is more empowering? A situation where if you got pregnant, the guy was ready and willing to have children with you, is excited about it, wants to be the father of your children, or having sex with a guy who would absolutely panic if you told him.
Why is it always procreative? Why? I don't understand why it has to be procreative. Why are you against women having control of their own reproductive organs and also worried about them possibly having bad men in their lives? Like, it's like she understands the possibility of shitbag men, and she understands the possibility of accidents happening, but she can't live for 2 seconds in the real world enough to be like, oh, the secular answer to this is correct, like always.
That you were pregnant and that this would be a big problem. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons that having sex with people outside of marriage is not empowering.
I have no idea why the government contract has anything to do with when you fuck.
It's easy to convince yourself and lie to yourself and say, well, I like sex. So if I like sex, then it must be empowering for me to get it however I want it.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's just wrong.
Why?
And it's stupid.
Why?
Having sex with the person that you have chosen to build a life with, because, sex is not just any other physical activity. It is a unique one.
It is a unique one, but it's not unlike any other activity. Sex is nice. I don't know. Maybe God shouldn't have put my... if God didn't want me to fuck, he shouldn't have put so much cum in my balls.
It is a special one that you share with one person, and that can lead to the creation
That's
of
true.
a baby.
You really shouldn't have.
Yeah. Keep that in marriage. Enjoy it with the person who loves you and cares about you. And stop treating sex like something you can do willy-nilly, because you shouldn't.
I literally can't have willy-nilly sex. What do you mean? It's not that severe. I tabbed over and cum in my balls repeated.
And you can't. And the left is doing women a real disservice.
It's not just women, by the way. Literally anybody can have sex with other people consensually at your desire. It's not a big deal. It really isn't a big deal. Sex is a normal deal. Okay? For people who have regular sex, I mean, it's really not... It's a slightly bigger deal than, like, making dinner, because it takes time. You know? And it means, cumulatively, it's a big deal, because, like, I mean, for me, because my sexuality is part of my romantic expression and the way, part of my love and stuff like that. And also just part of, like, what I like to do. I enjoy fucking. And that's fine. You know, also... If you're a person who doesn't enjoy fucking people that you're not in love with, that's a normal thing, and that's fine. You can be Demi, dude. Wow. We have 2 clips back to back. Let's see which one's better. If God didn't want me to fuck, he shouldn't have put so much cum in my balls. If God did linked. Now you got to clip that one. Now you got to clip that one because it doubled up.
By trying to convince them that sex outside of marriage with everybody and anybody is empowering. It's not. I've got quite a few videos on my channel about this. So
I would love to talk to Abby Shapiro about I would love to have a conversation with her because I disagree with her on the topic of sex. Like this is just a really bad take. Yeah, you can have sex whenever you want. I would disagree with the word empowering, though. I don't know what that means. I mean, maybe if you described it, what empowering means to you, maybe I would agree or disagree. But I don't use the word.
Oh, if you are interested in hearing more, check them out. But yeah, that's number 1, and it makes me furious.
You're not built for this.
Number 2, shout your abortion. Get an abortion.
Get an abortion. I mean, if you need one, ask and receive. Let's go. Kuman 2.0. If God didn't want me to fuck, he shouldn't have put so much cum in my balls. And you did one too. If God didn't want me to fuck, he shouldn't have put so much cum in my balls. It's still true. We need to go deeper. I feel like that should be a donation event.
Have an abortion rather than have a baby. It is good for women to have the option to murder their child.
Yes, it is. For them to murder their child. Yeah, it's good.
So that they can pursue their careers.
Or anything. It's not necessarily careers. What? No. If you didn't consent to having a baby and you don't want to be a parent, I agree with you. I don't want you to be a parent either. That person does not deserve that, and they're currently a collection of cells that can't experience any form of existence whatsoever. This is only a religious argument. I know she's religious and she wouldn't disagree, but like, this is only a religious argument. This doesn't exist in real life. Again, religion rots your fucking brain.
No, that's wrong. None of that is true. And this makes me so mad.
Wow.
Because number one, It's murder. Okay. Get that off the table.
It's not. So you make everything on par with gun restrictions? No, I wouldn't restrict abortion whatsoever.
Number two.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. No restrictions on abortions. No one's getting them prophylactically. People only get them when they need them. And there's not a lot of ways that I could deny somebody that option.
No woman is better off for killing her child.
Get a gun anytime you want.
Women can tell themselves that they are. They can tell themselves that they're better off for having killed their child so that they could have a more stable life. But women who abort their children know that it's a child. They know.
I just don't think some of them might believe that, and some of them might be really torn up about it. They don't need to have any mental anguish over it. It's a collection of cells. It's not a baby. And even if it was, who gives a fuck? I don't really care. It's like, let's say a zygote is a full baby. I don't care. They don't have to do anything they don't want to do. It's irrelevant to me. The thing can't feel anything. It doesn't matter. The only way, you literally can't be like, everything about them seems like fucking hypocrites. Everything about them. How'd you feel with the death penalty? You know? Just real.
And it's their baby.
And how about healthcare? You don't even want these people. I would only accept this if they lived in a society that provided everyone a baseline of living because they could guarantee the safety of the child and the family.
And they're doing something harmful not only to another person but to themselves. Why don't we encourage women to embrace their natural strength as mothers?
Their natural strength as mothers. Not everyone's a good mother. Not everyone has a natural strength through it. But furthermore, not everyone can fucking afford it. If you can't afford it, you don't get to have sex. Well, they're still going to fuck anyway. So you can't really pay-gate sex, you dumb motherfucker. Like, the poors don't get to engage in any human activities is what that comes down to. So poor people don't get to fuck. They don't get to feel good. Because that's what fucking is really doing. Fucking is just an animalistic... You're just sticking things in holes, and there's juice, and you're just little apes. Baby food is expensive. That's what I'm saying, man. You know what's not expensive? Fucking. Usually.
And tell them that they can do this thing that seems so scary, instead of telling them that they just can't handle it. And
why don't you help prop up a society that allows people to have that option more easily? Because definitely if people had access to shelter, healthcare, education, and food, and internet, they would definitely have more families more often. But instead, you just don't give a fuck. Dumb piece of shit.
This isn't the right time. They should just get rid of this human.
Chat, we are 9 away.
That was put into their care.
9 of them.
By themselves, presumably, because in 99% of cases, women who get pregnant and want an abortion, it was because they had sex of their own volition and then were like, oh, whoops. Another reason why sex is not empowering. This is just a horrible lie that the left has perpetrated against women, that abortion is the best option.
Nope. No one said abortion is the best option. Who's ever said that? You'll never hear me say that. Abortion is the best option. This is just a lie. What do you mean? Abby Shapiro. Let's talk about this. That'd be so fun.
Or a good option, or an option at all. Abortion is wrong. It's bad for women. It hurts them.
These are compelling arguments.
And I truly am furious about this.
Are you even smart?
Number 3, fulfill your potential.
I don't use those terms either. What?
Fulfill your potential, ladies. You can't fulfill your potential unless you get out of the house. How are you going to show how smart you are unless you have an amazing career?
Nope, don't care. Literally don't care. If you want to be a mom, I want you to be a mom. That's fine too. I don't know. I agree, I guess, that people who tell you to pursue capitalism are bad. You won't hear the left saying that shit.
I hate that. I hate that. Why can't a woman fulfill her potential at home raising her children?
Sure, she absolutely can. Absolutely. If that would make you happy, I want you to do that. I'm 100% behind that life. My argument forever for any woman ever is I want women and any other fucking person, I don't know why I have to talk about women specifically, I want any person to exist exactly as comfortably as they can and to pursue happiness to the maximal degree. Like, that's what I wish for every human person. And I think we'd all be better off. Obviously, we're not going to have 100% of happiness. We're not going to have 100% of perfect, pure self-expression. We're always going to be a little frustrated by society. We're always going to have things that underwhelm us or disappoint us. But we're going to have a lot of happiness. And we're going to have a lot of ways to self-express. And we're going to make a lot of strides. No reason to think that the left wants women specifically to join the workplace. Nope. I want everybody. I'm actually pretty anti-workplace.
What does potential even mean? Why do I have to prove my potential to people who think of me as replaceable?
You're getting there.
Rather than fulfilling my potential to the little humans I am raising who I literally could not be replaced. Like, I was made to be their mother. I
was made to be their mother. I mean, I'm so glad that you find, like, oh boy. Whoops. I'm so glad that, like, if you're a parent, a lot of people find a lot of fulfillment in that. That's fantastic. I love it. I hope you're a very good parent. And I hope your kids are super happy and healthy and all that shit. But also, like, not everybody wants to do that. And so you can't tell other people that the thing that works for you is, like, the thing that will definitely work for them, because that's literally what you're arguing. Some people find fulfillment in other stuff that isn't the things that you're interested in. This is just, like, someone who's really interested in trains not understanding why no one else gives a shit about the trains. And it's like, bro, some people aren't into that. And you are. And that's fine. Then do that. Then do that. Nobody has to do the other stuff with you.
They cannot replace me as their mother. So why do we tell women that the only way that they can fulfill their potential is outside of the home?
Never would
in a
say
job,
that.
In a
the
career.
only way. Never.
I hate that kind of language because it makes it as though if you stay at home, you have failed or you're not living up to how smart you are. Like, what are you talking about? The most important thing you can do is build a home and build your family. Like, why do we make it so that women have to show off that they have done something that is visibly fulfilling their potential? And it's like, if any person can be a mother because you don't need a degree to get pregnant and have a baby, then there's no credit given to the women who do motherhood well.
Credit?
It has to do.
I suppose societally, there's definitely not credit given to women insofar as how society views work. Or specifically mothers, I guess, not women, but mothers. Motherhood is definitely not viewed as work to, say, your average right-wing male. No pickles, thanks for the biddies. This is what happens when you rely on others to tell you what the other side believes instead of actually talking to them. Exactly. Like, she's just, like, super off base here.
Who, like, care about it and really put in effort.
Oops, another critique of capitalism. It always happens, doesn't it?
I hate that kind of language.
Always.
No. You fulfill your potential by just being a good person, by being a good mother. You don't have to get this high-powered career to prove you're smart.
I agree.
To prove you're ambitious or to prove you did a good job.
Sure.
Stupid.
Sounds a little bit like she's had some arguments with Ben in the past, or her parents, or other people who are in her peer group. And they see this corporate success, and she just wants to be a mom. Coming over to our side, because this isn't the left telling women anything.
I hate that.
Who are you imagining in your head when you hear reinforcement of these things? Because this is not what the left is talking about. Love yourself, ladies. True. Love yourself.
Number 4, be body positive. I hate this language. Okay, so here's my issue with this whole body positivity movement, and I've talked about this a lot. So, Number 1, we encourage women to love their bodies, but not loving their bodies where they're at and for what they do, while also encouraging them to be healthy and lose weight and or gain weight if needed. Like, we encourage people to love their bodies where they're at.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful.
Yeah.
But really, it's very unhealthy, and it doesn't encourage women to actually get to a healthy place with their bodies. And
it can be unhealthy, for sure. But also, like, everybody gets to have the body they have. Like, some people are trying, some people aren't, some people are perfectly content, and some people are not. And that's okay. And I couldn't be pressed about somebody else's body. I have no expectations on somebody else's body whatsoever. I think that's some dumb shit right there. I guess.
And at the same time, we encourage women to be immodest all the time.
Okay.
Like, we put women in direct competition with each other by encouraging people to dress in a way that shows off their entire bodies. Like, a fashion trend was a bra last season. You're just supposed to wear a bra out. And it's like, oh no, we're body positive because fat women and skinny women and curvy women and boyish women can all wear these things, and they should all wear these things. Who's gonna look better in these things? Come on.
Who's going to look better? Whoever you think is more attractive. What do you mean? Yeah, I have a hard time. Like, if someone is curvy, they're probably hotter than someone who isn't. To me. But also, that's not necessarily true. It just happens to be the type of people I'm attracted to. From time to time. I like people with a little bit of something. But that's not, like, 100% true. I have been with skinny people. It's not like, I don't know. This is a weird thing, man. I couldn't be hung up about other people's bodies like this. There's a contingent of people who get very insecure, and I think this lies in sort of in the culture of that they have subscribed to it, right? So they've subscribed to the idea that they have to look a certain way. Let me bend. Yeah. They have to live a certain way. They have to look a certain way. You have to maintain certain standards. Because if you don't, you're not performing your masculinity or femininity or whatever properly. And they hinge a lot of their personalities on adhering to this. And then when they see other people not adhering to these things, they have this sort of like panic. They have this sort of like, why? But I do. Why? And it's like hard for them. It's hard to work out all the time. Some people really like it. But it's also like they have these own preconceptions about themselves and about their value and how their value is tied up in their own personal appearance. It seems like projection every time these people talk. Every single time these people are like this, you see it from the same people, right? You see it from the Abby Shapiros of the world. You see it from Manosphere guys. You see it from the fucking MAGA communists. You see it from the Hinkles. You see it from every dude bro out here who's alone, number one, and also works out all the time. You know what I mean? And like their exes leave them for Jonah Hill. No one specifically. I don't know, man. If you're not happy with how your body is, there are ways to change it. Absolutely. Probably. Specifically if it's about your weight. probably there's ways that you could change it. But also, some people just don't have the ability to do so, whether it's through chronic pain, whether it's through just like their mental health doesn't allow them to do these things. The affordability of the paths you'd have to take, the time it takes. Some people just don't have the budget to do certain things. Some people don't have the willpower. I mean, all of these things are valid and normal, and you don't have to shame people to do it. If someone wants to seek improvement, do you think that they would be more likely to seek help in a society of people that were affirming of them, or more likely to seek help in a society of people who are constantly belittling them? That's a good question to ask. I know my answer.
Why are we putting people in direct competition with each other by encouraging them to expose their bodies?
What do you mean? What is this competition?
We're also telling them, like, love where you're at.
Wait. When someone is dressed some way and you're in the same room as them, it's not a competition, Abby. Who told you that? What? This is weird. We're getting into some strange territory. Why do you frame this as a competition? Two people dressing loud in a room together are not in competition with each other. This is weird sexual hierarchy Jordan Peterson stuff.
You're so beautiful. We're not blind. People are smart. We can tell what's a healthier body than another. And by exposing everything and encouraging people to expose everything, we're only doing a disservice to
This is why, as a fan of fashion, people treat me so strange going out. What do you mean? Because they compliment you?
everybody. It's so stupid. I'm so against the immodesty of our culture for a lot of reasons, but like this is one reason that I hate, because it's so, these two things are paradoxical and they act like they're not, but they are. It's upsetting.
What's paradoxical?
On top of which, I mean, the whole idea that you have to expose yourself to show that you're confident.
What do you mean you don't have to expose yourself to show that you're confident? No one's ever said this. What? You don't have to do anything. Why is she just describing prescriptions that the left has given? This has never happened.
Is so stupid. You can be confident in your modesty. I cover up because I love my body and I respect it, and I only want to share it with one person who will show it the respect it deserves.
Okay. Sounds kinky. Go ahead. That's fine. You don't have to show anyone your body if you're not comfortable with that. That's 100% respectable. Who on the left is saying otherwise? Abby, you need a talk with someone like myself. You need it. Because you believe like wild shit about like what the left is.
Why do you get access, stranger on the internet, to my body, and you don't care a lick about me? Like, no, we're not doing that.
That's perfectly normal. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you.
The body positivity movement, the immodesty of our era, like,
is not about showing.
Just dress in a way that is attractive, not attracting.
Wow, now you're telling other people how to live, you dumb. I too enjoy covering my body, zips up latex
That gives
suit.
people an opportunity to see your personality and doesn't make people focus on your boobs. Give people an opportunity to
But what if your boobs are looking good? What if you want people to see your nice boobies? You get to. I think her fans be permanent. Oh, for sure, yeah.
Healthy and well. Yeah.
I'm not lonely, I'm independent.
Last but not least is number 5. Women don't need no man. I was talking to Jacob about this because this concept bothers me so much. When we watch like girl power movies or movies that are directed towards women, there's so many these days that if they're not a chick flick, it's a movie where a woman needs to prove that she's independent at the end. So she doesn't have any man. She's like, look at me, I figured it out. I don't need any man to help me find myself because I'm so strong and empowered.
Empowered again. What's this empowered word? I've seen plenty of movies that I would say have a left-wing writing team that end with women in relationships with dudes. Sometimes the message is that they don't need the dudes, but that's true. You don't need a dude. You don't need just any. Literally earlier you said you don't need just any dude. You need the one that respects you and the only one ever. So yeah, like what?
But movies that are geared towards men that teach them lessons are like, you know what's really important? Family.
Are they? You should watch better movies. This is a problem with your media consumption, not with the way movies are being written. What? Nah. Nah. Last movie I saw that had a lesson for men, it wasn't that family was important. It was that capitalism's the bad guy. You should watch that.
You know what's really important?
Try
a wife.
A wife?
Why?
I have a wife. Wife, come to me right now. I don't know. That's not true. She might be busy. Come to me right now. Immediately.
For men, which is correct. And do the opposite for women. Like, why are we encouraging women to not look for that stability,
She did it! My wife!
It takes me time to walk across the house.
Thank you. Oh, doggy. A doggy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness. Oh, goodness gracious. Brr. Can you hear him? Brr. Buddy. What a goob. What a goob. Gonna do a GoPro hour-long stream where I just pet his belly.
Does he know he's like famous? Like
He's not like famous.
He's
He's
famous.
He's moderately internet famous.
Yeah.
That's not famous.
But he's more
Lots of
famous.
people are moderately internet famous.
He's more famous than a lot of pets.
That's true.
love, that home that will bring them happiness. I mean, I get the idea that men are more pulled in the direction of wanting to just like screw around and not really be at home theoretically. Like they want to be more, they're more.
I look like ancient depictions of Attila the Hun right now. Let me see if I could find one. I'm thinking of it from a video game, but... Oh god, this one's got... That one had Trump involved. That's what I'm thinking of, was this picture, sort of.
More bachelors, and that women have more of a tendency to want to be married and have children, and so
he would be overwhelmed if that many people
maybe
were
they're trying to
around.
make those women who haven't found that yet feel better about themselves. But don't encourage women to make those decisions. Like, what? That's stupid. That's not good. It doesn't make any...
Dude, she's so fucking insecure. This is nuts. This is actually kind of sad.
happy. I understand that we're trying to comfort those women who have not yet found this, but by making bad decisions, you're only making it harder for yourself to find a husband and to have children and have a home life.
They don't necessarily want that, bro.
Like, no, women are not better off by being independent and going off without a man and not needing someone. Everybody needs a partner. Men need women, women need men. Done.
Not everybody needs a partner. What the fuck? Whoa. This is like really crazy shit.
Solved. The mystery of the world has been solved. So stop telling women that they are better off.
Bro, she's so dumb.
And that they're stronger on their own. No... Like, figure yourself out. 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 Figure yourself but don't
You should figure yourself out. Holy shit.
eschew men. Men are very good for you. They will make you better and you will make them better. Good. Congratulations. Gosh. The left is really doing a disservice to women. So these are the 5 things that are making me furious today.
What?
I'd love to know in the comments. What's something that's making you furious that the left is trying to tell women?
The left?
What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're not already following me on social media, it's at Classically Abby absolutely everywhere. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
She didn't say bye. Damn. Next video here? Is that what that said? Next video here. That's where it goes. Anyway. Good old Classically Abby. Very classic.
It has to do.